car, my lords, as you wish.
兵法有云：知己知彼，百战不殆。掌握彼此信息，从古至今都是战场克敌制胜的必要条件之一。对于魔兽争霸这款战略游戏而言，同样如此。下面，我就将给大家细致、客观、全面、辩证地讲解魔兽争霸 1.30 新版本衍生的新战术。女猎手强的压匹，你从未体验过的全新版本，除了加了1点攻击力，出生自带猫头鹰摄像头，买女猎就送开图小软件，开局直接2边赢，啪啪，接着出去放探头，分放1个，出兵口1个，练技点刷刷刷。好了，超级探头一部署，后门半人视角开启，对面已被我们看光了，把对面当成你暗恋已久的女神，你就这么默默地守护在她的身后，成为一条合格的舔狗。在掌握了丰富的战场信息之后，我们战术就1个字：皮。明确贯彻游击战打法，他开矿你就拆，他连你你就摸几下，他打你你就换家。即使你的运营操作都略显蹑手一筹，你仍然能通过情报拉扯对手。再把信息优势转化成胜势后，我们就800标兵奔北坡，一波 A 过去，GG 啦！
远古大陆，群雄割据，四方势力，战火不绝，一为勇气，穿梭于丛林之间。一切障碍都被他视作为猎物，一为力量，劈开了世间万物，巨剑出鞘，是将世界破坏殆尽；一为智慧，操纵着远古奥义，突破自身，迸发出耀世的光芒；一为坚韧，被囚禁了千百年，打破禁锢，只为复仇整个世界。群魔并起，鸟兽无名，王者相争，独霸天下。
Ready to work.
Ready to work we are, and hopefully Foggy is as well. It's Foggy Balboa time, our little wizard from the Ukraine after defeating TH 2-1.
让我们欢迎选手登场，首先有请乌克兰拳王 Foggy。
Former best undead in the world, not anymore though. WFZ on paper and in the back, I guess. There he is. Everybody says he's the favorite. Lala said 2-0. But the underdogs are performing quite nicely today, except Neutron maybe. So Foggy has to be careful. In this round-robin system, you cannot allow to give games away.
In second place, but of course, especially in that group, you have to be really careful who you think you're allowed to lose to. At WFZ, not really one of them.
有请他的对手来自中国的四哥 WFZ 无法阵。
This is a match he's expected to win by most, and he should win, and maybe he has to win. WFZ, as you said, he was once upon a time the best undead in the world. 2014, 2015, and then this kid 120 showed up and stole the show from all the rest of us. It's been a while since we've seen WFZ's like glimpses of brilliance. He has very strong micro, but I think his openings, his in general strategies, late game strategies, are not where they need to be, are sometimes out of touch with the meta, I feel, and most of all seem very stubborn to me. He's got that one thing that he usually is the one to develop, his one strat, and we're gonna stick with that to the bitter end.
The question is, what is the meta in this matchup? I mean, for a long time it was Ghouls opening, now against the Keeper. I feel undeads, I'm not really sure. Is it still Ghouls? Is it a Tet Fiend opening? We'll see what WFZ picks. We haven't seen a lot from WFZ in the past month, as I said before the break. He didn't participate in the past 2 qualifiers. Some said he wanted to retire, but due to good ladder results and good results in the first 2 qualifiers, he still made it to WGL. There were 18 spots for the NetEase qualifier. He ended up rank 17. This is not where WFZ is supposed to be. We'll see. Did he practice? He lost the game against Tomiko, but it was only a 2-1. So We don't know, man. We really don't know.
WFZ's wife is here as well, who, by the way, comes from Germany, same as us. It was very weird to have someone German to speak to. I felt like Christoph Waltz in Django Unchained. Suddenly somebody German to talk to out of nowhere. Super weird. Very cool lady. But she didn't say it exactly, but it sounded kind of like, I think it's going to play. 2019, not the best year to retire from Warcraft, in my opinion.
It is going to be an insane year. NetEase is going to spend $700,000 on this very game. 2 WGLs, 4 special tournaments in 4 different cities here in China. Not only Shanghai, and we've heard some rumors that it might be China versus the world.
That would be super cool. Thinking towards StarCraft, GSL versus the world is always a great event. In Warcraft 3, we already had like China versus Korea clan wars, and those are always so much fun. And if we get to all come, I don't know, maybe someone from South America, but I'm certain Foggy is in contention there.
Yeah.
Must be in the talks. Would be pretty cool.
Especially after Foggy's result earlier today. It was on Haitu Chaco's stream here at Twitch. We were not able to cast it because we had Lin versus Neutron going on here in this round-robin group stage. 3 games at the same time. Foggy defeated TH 2-1. It is the big hope of all Europeans, of the entire CIS region, for the foreigners here in the Warcraft scene, that Foggy might finally end up in the grand final again and take the title home for once. So, like, it's always the same with Foggy. I underestimate him when the tournament starts, and he's not disappointing, man. He's always overperforming from my point of view. Shanghai is just his living room, man. I have no idea.
And also, almost always in the group of death.
Yeah, last time it was TH and Moon, right?
Yeah. Or
no, not TH and Moon, but
he had a lot of Night Elves in his group. I'm sorry.
It was the group of death. It's always the group of death for Foggy. When he first came here, he had Lin and Lucifer at his first offline event. And guess what? He defeated Lin.
Yep.
He made it to the playoffs. It doesn't matter. Foggy, one of a kind guy, for sure. Yesterday we sat in the hotel lobby and we had some beers with some Russian organizers and with Ugri and stuff. Guess what Foggy did? He put out his laptop, he sat at the table, and he laddered at 9 p.m.
Yeah, great work ethic. Always had that.
Super dedicated.
Super
prepared?
He puts in the hours. It's so cool to see someone who, devotes so much of his life to the game and really tries hard at becoming the best, being rewarded as well. He is honestly the only European who has been able to do that in a very long time. But as you said, very successfully. We may underestimate him every now and then, but usually he delivers. Last GCS, don't know if we can call it that. He got out of his group stages super strong. Very, very impressive play, very one-sided games for the most part in the group stages. But then he hit the brick wall, and that brick wall is called Infi.
Infi is his nemesis, absolutely. And it was a very fresh 1.29. A thing that hit him hard, I guess. He was so good with the Ward, he was so good with the Demon Hunter. The Keeper thingies weren't really developed in 1.29, as a lot of stuff came in 1.30. He tried already with the Alchemist, but timings didn't really work out. Infi was just better with the patch at that point, for sure. Now, 1.30 is a little more developed. Foggy still says, in the interview we did with him, it's up on our YouTube, 1.28 had the better Foggy, but apparently it is enough.
But I think what he is also thinking is, well, all the top competition was also better in 1.28. Stuff was just more developed, It's not everything worked out to the second.
It's a little bit Wild West right here in Warcraft, and it's gonna stay this way because the patch is coming, December 1. Stay set with a few nerfs for the Night Elves, a few buffs for the humans. And then everything changes again. The timings change, maybe some creep routes change, whatever. The effectiveness of something changed.
Obviously, the Keeper, the big culprit of this entire affair. We had some personalities being very vocal with this. Here we have WFZ now. Seems like we're getting ready to hop into the game. And his achievements, especially his first places, not really too many to be named. Offline, never really performing. Online, sometimes though he does.
6th Gold League attendance. Only once he made it to the playoffs, and then was eliminated by Foggy. Here are the maps. WFZ bans Amazonia and Echo Isles. Foggy bans Concealed Hills and Twisted. This leaves us with Last Refuge, Northern Isles and Terrana Stand. What does it tell you, Remo?
Most interesting to me is the ban on Twisted. Such a good expansion map. That is usually the way this matchup is going most of the time, and especially Foggy. Foggy is all about early expansion, later tech, early game dominance, that kind of stuff. And that fits so well with the Keeper, which we certainly have to expect in all the games here.
WFZ picks Terrana Stand, if I saw that correctly. A map that he... Oh no, it's actually the neutral map. Foggy going into a match as a favorite is pretty rare at GCS, but it becomes more and more common these days. Very focused, looks very good. And yeah, he's also it's also his 6th GCS, man. He missed only one, and that was because Europeans were not able to qualify back then. And every time he played the Gold League, he made it to the playoffs, and it's looking very good for Foggy after the win against TH. Ukraine versus China, Undead versus Night Elf, Foggy versus WFZ. In the upper left, we have the Chinese called Wu Fa Zhen, 28 years old. And as I said, 6 GCS performance. Last time he dropped in the group stage, only once he made it to the playoffs. He is 50% only against Night Elf. For an Undead player, that is not too much at all. Usually it's said that Undeads are a little favored over Night Elves. They played quite a bit against each other in the series. It's 4-2 in favor of Foggy, 10-6 in maps, and the last encounter was won by Foggy as well. That was GCS, no, that was Color Cup quarterfinal. That was GCS summer run of 16. They were in the same group, and Foggy killed him 2-0. WFZ's year is really not good, man. First round lost GCS Winter, first round lost Neo Star League, first round lost Seer Cup, first round lost Automats Cup, first round lost AWL 1 and 2. It's not his year at all. And Foggy, on the other side, he made it into a final of a Chinese online tournament where he lost to Lin, which is no shame.
With a 2-3, by the way.
With the 2-3. Indeed. He doesn't care about the ping anymore, man. He's just shining. So, the favorite is in the bottom right, in the red trunks, representing the Ukraine. That is Foggy. WFZ clearly the underdog. What do we see so far?
All right. It's going to be a Keeper opening, of course. That is a given, pretty much. Early Expo, also pretty much a given. The more interesting thing is, what's the Undead going to do? What is the magic opening that is going to be powerful against the Keeper? There are those out there, but they're hard to find. And I wonder if WFZ has the right answers. Earlier, for example, first game of the day, we saw Lin. Different matchup, of course, but still going up against the same hero, against the Keeper. And he just seemed to have the perfect build and strategy prepared every single time. Was only 2 maps, of course, but yeah, that looked very good. Lightning Shield Creep is how WFZ starts this. I like this a lot. We've been seeing this more and more. And an early Shadow Priest as well. I like that as well. That's going to give you a bit of healing, of course, but also abolish as long as you have the mana. So with those, if you have the mana for 2, you might be able to save 2 units, 2 targets against the Entangle once this Keeper becomes more aggressive.
Indeed, Keeper got up to level 2. Of course, the Treants took out the little green spot over there. We have a Wand of Mana Stealing, which is pretty damn good against the DK early on. Because you get more mana for the Devious Entangle. You deny healing if there's no mana for the coils. Foggy with an early Tree of Life. And this is what we see from him since the beginning of 1.3. Always expanding early, and that's quite greedy.
Yeah. Even used to do that in 1.29 and 1.28 days with the Demon Hunter back then, and with talents, weird stuff like that. But yeah, he loves his expos in pretty much all the matches. WFZ didn't even scout this expo, but it seems like he's so heavily expecting it that he's just walking over with the ghouls, with the DK. He must be level 2, right? Unless he Lightning Shield denied. No, he didn't, and there we go. He is level 2, and now he can cancel this expo pretty easily, and he's not even at risk of losing too many ghouls thanks to this Shadow Priest. Dude! This is a really good opening by WFZ.
I like it as well. This Shadow Priest is the reason why he loves Terrana Stand so much as it seems. Uses the Wand of Mana Stealing now. There's 1 coil available. But what can he do with it? Is the Keeper level 3? I didn't see it. Not yet, right?
No, not yet. Honestly, this is a pretty horrendous opening for Foggy. This Keeper is supposed to dominate the early game, but how one Shadow Priest can change the equation here?
He's trying to go for it, I guess. Use the second one of Mana Stealing. There is Dispel, so the Shadow Priest is not even in danger against this Entangle. And Mana used on the Keeper. Nice Shadow Melt by Foggy, saving one Archer, but everything is hurt. Expo is cancelled. And the big item is already gone, and the Keeper is not level 3. WFZ doing surprisingly well here.
Foggy still has the resources to set up the Expo again. He started the tech already. He can still expand. It's by no means over. It's by no means too late. But it's certainly a lot later than he would have liked it to be. Gets the Archer here as well. And I think the Shadow Priest will soon have the mana again for another Dispel. It's gonna make a difference once again. And Foggy... Does he have the Expo? I think he does, yeah. Expo is coming up. We see it on the minimap. DK continues to creep here with the ghouls. And I like this opening a lot by WZ. One thing to keep in mind for the following games, this is only really possible on this map.
Yeah, absolutely. No other map has a mercenary camp this accessible right after the start of this game. DK is not level 3 as well, though. And now the Keeper is. The question is Entangle 2 or Treants 2? Neutron, for example, would always go for Entangle. Foggy sometimes, or more times than not, going for the Treants, because he just loves the Treants. They are pretty...
Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh, yeah. That's what 1-0 played, right?
Yeah, but I thought he was trolling.
Pit Lord with Cleave, ladies and gentlemen. I was joking about this spell for years, and then Blizzard buffed it to insanity, and now it seems to be kind of good. Theoretically, the damage increase of Cleave can be amazing. It's not necessarily very reliable, though. But with Cleave and a Lich, Nova and Coils coming in, you can really destroy Huntresses once they come out in numbers.
Yeah, this area of effect of the Pit Lord is pretty good, also pretty tanky. I really thought it's just 1-0 fooling around, but apparently WFZ is picking up on it as well. Sok and Shimiko are playing it for humans with the Pit Lord. Of course, it is the Alchemist for Foggy, no question about that. And a little creep check here. WFZ, though, has not much to lose, except, oh, is that mana for Entangle? Yes, there is. Might be forced into a town portal, but the Alchemist is not near. Oh, Shadow Melt. Acid Bomb is still coming, though.
Seems like he doesn't have a Wisp at the laboratory. A bit of a mistake, but it's actually coming over. So yeah, this will definitely have to be a TP. And again, he's waiting until below 100 HP. Neo, I know you're a fan of that one.
Now he's positioning the Wisp over there. Double Engine of Lore by Foggy. Expansion is up as well. Oh, DK is super hurt. Can't participate in that fight. Has to stay super passive. Can he knock down the Slaughterhouse? It would be a gigantic hit, and this is a Foggy special. It doesn't matter against which race. He is so good in killing the production buildings. It's not enough, though, because WFZ is pulling in the ghouls. Does a lot of damage against the archers, and saves the Slaughterhouse.
That was a very important save. You have to have that healing from the statue, otherwise the focus is just way too powerful. And now Foggy positioning himself very aggressively here, so wants to make use of this powerful Entangle before there is this spell. Of course, the prime kill here would be the DK. That is the dream, but also pretty unlikely to get.
Alright, statues coming, tier 3 on the way. The Pit Lord needs the orbs. 1-0 played it with 2 shops to get the orbs more early, but I guess since he has a claw, should be fine.
But it's not gonna be hunts, right? It's gonna be Dryads instead.
Yeah.
And against that, Cleave is a lot worse because they don't clump up as much as Huntresses do. And I like that choice. Dryads just naturally a very good addition to the Keeper, because Keeper gets countered by Destroyers and Dryads counter the Destroyers. So works out in that way. A Lich will be coming. Frenzy, I imagine, as well. But it looks like WFZ is going to be forced into an all-in timing here very soon, and if he doesn't win the game with the first fight, this game might just be over for him.
Yeah, the levels are really underwhelming. Still a level 3 DK. He's catching up now, of course. But this does take some time. He's not using too many ghouls, so absolutely lackluster damage right now. Okay, now he's pulling them. But this gives Foggy so much time. He's also scouting. He's right next. Oh, and the Zeppelin with the Shredder coming.
He's going to go for some base lane shenanigans, right?
Looks like it.
It's pretty smart. He just wants to buy time for the Expo. As long as he does that well enough, this should be his game. And it was not scouted, I'm pretty sure. Not 100%, but I don't think he scouted it yet. And WZ is creeping, that's good for his heroes, but it's also good for the expansion for Foggy, which just keeps on running and running. But at the moment, Foggy isn't really where he wants to be yet. He wants to have a big-ass Dryad army, like 70 supply. By the way, there's no Fiends in this one.
Nope, not at all.
This is just all ghouls.
Yep. What will counter the Dryads?
Not the ghouls.
Not the ghouls, and also, what will prevent the Zeppelin arrest? Foggy realizing there's no anti-air, there's no web. He can do whatever he wants with the Zeppelin as long as he wants. The only anti-air unit is the Lich, and he's going for the Haunted Goldmine, not risking anything though. The Zeppelin is slowed at the moment. But man, this will take so much time off the clock.
Right, dies. That wasn't exactly necessary, but okay. Ooh. Has to TP out here. Is there something in the Zeppelin? I hope not. Foggy.
2 units, 3 units during the town portal and the Dryad.
That was not perfectly done by Foggy. Was that even worth it? I'm not so sure. It was pretty expensive. Kill an Acolyte, force him off of mining for a long time. He's got the gold mine running. But that could have been executed quite a bit better, to be honest.
It is level 2 Entangle, by the way. Level 1 Treants, as we see. WFZ with the counter expansion on his natural. And yeah, the Alchemist needs levels. Absolutely.
Proper play there, by the way, was lower the Dryad and only have the Keeper outside. And then just TP home and save everything. I wonder what went wrong there, but well. Go wrong it did, and now suddenly he's missing all those units, and could this be his downfall perhaps, because this is gonna be the all-in push. The Pit Lord is almost level 3, and then he gets the better cleave, and there it is now.
Okay, but there's not too many units, only 3 Dryads. He can kite with them. It's Alchemist versus Pit Lord right here, but the ghouls are so strong, and it's still so many. He didn't take them out early in the game, so this Frenzy Ghoul army is crazy in terms of damage.
Yeah, he has to kite against them, of course. Have to connect with the Dryads to do their damage in the first place. And he's just trying to move in and out, weave back and forth. He doesn't want to fight yet. He wants to have more time for more rounds of production. Getting this shop here is a pretty nice kill. The Alchemist, by the way, in trouble, but he's got a very good inventory with that. He's going to remain safe for a little while at least. Has to be careful now. Staffed out, and with that, saved really good Dryad micro on Foggy's side. Hasn't lost one yet. This one might be the first casualty of war, but no, even that one gets away.
Only 1 Acolyte in the mine for WFZ. Out of nowhere, Foggy has a lot of Dryads to work with. Level 3 Pit Lord can't really connect. Losing 1 now. Dryads seem to be walking XP tomes, and you shouldn't lose too many against Undead, otherwise the heroes get completely out of control. Second one dies, Lich level 2. That's exactly what I mean.
Coil on cooldown at the moment. This Lich might be in trouble. He's getting focused with everything that he has, but nice inbuilt transfer. Keeps that Lich alive in the end. The ghouls, of course, once they're focused, die in a matter of seconds. Now the Alchemist himself may have to be careful. Don't know what the mana is looking like, but the staff should be ready, I guess. So is the Entangle for certain. The Coil didn't quite find the target. Almost hit the Lich, just a split second too late. And now third hero dead. Orb no longer here. Fiends to fall as well, but suddenly a lot more ghouls showing up. But the Keeper level 4 as well. Very few Treants. Oh, there we go. There we have 3 more, I guess. Now we have a good number of Treants again. Only 1 Destroyer up in the air, so it's hard to dispel everything that the Keeper's throwing your way. And now this Expo is starting to really pay off.
It's really important for WFZ to have 5 Acolytes in the gold mine. I don't really know if he has that, because Foggy is fully mining. Detonates or dispels against the Treants, but that opens up more Entangle, I guess, if he has the mana. Alchemist is coming back, so is the Lich from the Tavern.
Alchemist should be pretty close to level 3, I think. That's another nice upgrade for that hero. But the Undead heroes, they're pretty strong as well. And that's the thing about Dryads. Once you go up against super strong heroes, they kind of don't do anything anymore. So WFZ is not out of this yet, guys. The big mistake here for Foggy is not scouting the Expo. If he saw that, he could just pop down one Ancient of War there easily. But he's not thinking about it at the moment.
Yeah, this looked like a lot of commitment from WFZ. First with the Mercs and then with this big ghoul push. You don't really expect an expansion behind that, but it didn't pay off too much as he sends over the 4th Acolyte only now. You can assume that during the entire fight there was only 1 Acolyte. So Foggy is ahead economically, but he cannot allow WFZ to get higher level heroes, man. That's certainly a risk, especially on the Lich.
Oh, I love that he drank the risk. Mana burn, so powerful against Undead. So powerful against pretty much everything.
Mana potion, by the way, on the DK. Lots of stuff to do with that. And it's again good damage against the Dryads. First one falls, heal scroll was really nice, saving 2 Dryads at the same time, even nuking the Wisp right now to get rid of it. But the Fiends fall and the damage goes low with the Acid Bomb and Chemical Rage being used together.
Good micro here by WFZ as he does so often, and he's taking out quite a few of these Dryads, but there's so many of them. And this Fiend is definitely gonna die. Nice deny there with the Dark Ritual, but the Fiend is gone and the damage is low now in this army. The Lich pretty much the only thing doing anything. As you can see, the Pit Lord, he's spending a lot of time walking around, not able to connect with the damage. Finally, the call coming in with a mana potion keeps that Lich alive for a little bit longer, but once again, WFZ holds on and forces Foggy away.
And gathering more and more experience, the Lich is close to level 3, and then Coil Nova becomes really, really dangerous. Expo is now fully saturated. Oh, the Alchemist only level 2.6. Has a potion and an invul though. Clarity being used in the Keeper of the Grove to be able to use more Entangle. The first Domination is in the fight as well. No Disease Cloud though, so it's not super dangerous because it's rather slow and the Dryads can kite against them. But everything is hurt again for Foggy. Does he have a heal spell? Did he go into the shop and got one?
He may have already. I'm not
yeah,
so sure.
double.
Stats as well, guys. Also a lot of Dryads, of course. And in we go. He's never focusing the Destroyer, by the way. Maybe he should do that a little bit with these Dryads. Going with the Zeppelin Micro now as well. That's pretty nice. Coil last second coming in, but so much more stack damage from the poison. He's gonna get those Fiends.
Love the Shredder. Love the normal damage from the Shredder. The Pit Lord is suffering. So is the Alchemist, though, is in trouble. Entangle has been dispelled. Can get away now, both at 50%. The Alchemist is still chasing so much damage. Invo Potion on both sides. Dryads are falling. Level up for the Lich. That's level 3. Is there a Nova to pop? Yes, there is. Keeper is in the back. Pretty healthy. Coil hits the Lich again. And WFZ is falling out. He's losing too much Fiends here. And the Shredder survives. What a damage addition from Foggy in this Shredder. Pretty damn good to put him, call him.
Had him in the main for a long time, has the Lumber now. Wouldn't mind seeing him in every battle. Always a dangerous addition, the Shredder. Yes, he does have fairly good right click, but he's super expensive. 375 gold.
Finally level 3 for the Alchemist. That changes everything. Orb of Corruption AoE it is now. -4 armor in combination with Entangle and right clicks. 4.5 on the Keeper as well. More and more Dryads. Isn't it time to do something else? It is. Tech to tier 3. Well, Giants, so what?
I think so. I would think so. As far as the intricate micro goes, by the way, here, as we've been in the late game for quite a while, I'm not sure that I like Foggy's focus so much. He's always going for the Fiends with everything that he has, when the statues are staying in the middle of everything oftentimes. And also, he's never going for the Destroyer, even if it's in the middle of open ground. When it's above the trees, of course, it's very hard to do. But just always going for those Fiends, sometimes perhaps for the Lich. I don't know if that's the best use.
Foggy is harassing with the Treants now, getting to the nether shop. He needs heal scrolls like crazy now against the Disease Cloud of the Abominations. There's no way around it, otherwise we're gonna have 666 zeros in a second. WFZ is creeping up, aiming for that level 5. Pit Lord also level 4.3 or something. Lich level 3, but here comes the big attack of Foggy against this expansion. There are 2 towers up though. How much damage can he do?
Gonna kill 2 Acolytes and force the TP, but I really don't think he can fight into those towers, into the Blight, and into those heroes, which are pretty crazy now at this point in the game. There's a rope for the Lich here, and he should be pretty close to 4 for my beloved +4 intelligence. The Pit Lord is there already, the DK is close to level 5 himself, and yeah, we're super late game. We are super late game with super strong heroes, and their Dryads suck.
WFZ was banking a lot of gold to not pay taxes to the Warcraft gods, and now all of a sudden 67 supply. They equal Foggy, not ready to go up to 80, and WFZ's army is getting bigger and bigger. 2 Abominations, but only 1 Fiend. So does he really have the damage against the Dryads? But as Foggy is teching to tier 3, he doesn't want this fight. He invested in his tech, he wants the payoff from this tech, and so that's why he's running away.
Gonna lose a couple of archers here, I guess, but that's okay. Don't want to lose the Alchemist, but he's pretty speedy as well with his Chemical Rage. Would love to get some Disease Cloud applied onto these Dryads. Actually, goes for the safe route out and TPs before Disease Cloud hits a couple of Dryads there. Can certainly afford the TP, I guess. And
Foggy's expanding in the bottom left. That's why he's not building the next Moonwell.
okay, still gonna be a while though, right?
Yeah, he just started it.
Should really make a Moonwell.
WFZ already with, ready to go up to 90 supply.
I'm feeling for Foggy, man.
Bears.
He's going Bears.
Not Mountain Giants.
They're also gonna suffer hard against these heroes. Even the Meat Wagon. I love the Meat Wagon, by the way.
Yeah. If they are protected, they do so much damage, and he has Pity up front, he has 2 A-bombs up front. They should be protected if the Dryads are not diving. Oh, double Chimera Roost!
Well, that's a rarity indeed, isn't it? All
That
right.
is a solution against A-bombs. Indeed.
The Alchemist in a bit of trouble, using the staff here to save that one. Once again, look at the Dryads. Everything is going for that one Fiend. Okay, now he finally splits something off and goes for those wagons a little bit as well, but he's taking so much damage in the process. Double level up, 5 and 4 for the DK and Lich. And these Dryads, they're just laughable so late into this game.
Absolutely, he's killing more. Foggy is plummeting in supply as WFZ is killing the Ancient of Lore. So production at the moment cut in half as the Chimera Roosts are not finished. The expansion is not paying off. Tier 3 is not paying off. Foggy is in trouble, spending so much money on stuff that doesn't help him right now. Alchemist in the middle of everything, down to 50%. Heal scroll being used. Where's the Keeper, by the way?
Was just there summoning a couple more of his treants. Alright, double Chim Roost ready, and he does have the resources. 2 of them coming out. But that's the only production he's going to have here. It seems like this...
Oh, nice staff! 160 HP away. The coil didn't connect, did it?
I'm not sure. Certainly he survived, though, and no rejuve for him. No more Moon Juice either. He can't heal up this. Alchemist cannot come to the fight anymore. Level 5 Hit Lord.
Shit, man. Level 3 cleave is like 90% or so. Entangle on him now. No acid bomb at the moment.
How Foggy's supposed to do this? He's gonna get the 2 Chims, but
Web should be ready, right? He saw it miles and miles
must
ahead.
be ready, and he can just kill him with Coil Nova and Destroyers at this point. There's just no support for them.
2 destroyers in the air. Statues untouched. And there's Meat Wagons in the upper left. We see the projectiles from them. So this Chimera Roost is down before the Chimera comes up. No, Foggy forces the fight again, buying time for the Chimera. That was well done, but how fast will it... Wait. Oh, no. It didn't get out. The second one didn't get out. Oh my.
Oh, he's got does have a second one. Okay. Well, the first one's dead anyways, though, and the A-bombs, even if they die, it's about the heroes, and he has nothing against these heroes.
Oh, the Keeper getting a Coil Nova, getting the right clicks. There's something to heal him. No, the staff is on him as well. Foggy is losing the first hero, and no Entangle, no control. Alchemist only level 4. The undead heroes are rising and rising and rising in levels. We could even see a Doom Guard in this game. Chimera is trying to take out the statue, but too much damage there. This is crazy. Rain of Fire as well. GG by Foggy. WFZ upsetting in game number 1 of match 3 here today.
Well done. Aided by Foggy a little bit. Few mistakes there in the Ukrainians' play. That Zeppelin harass was a good idea. The execution was pretty bad, though, to be honest.
He lost so much doing that.
Not scouting for the counter expo, another big mistake. Just pop down an Ancient of War in the meantime, easy solution. Shredder, I know you're a big fan, I'm always a little bit skeptical. I think if you exchange that for 2 Dryads instead, or maybe something else, as it was though in the
well,
first...
the Dryads didn't help him.
Yeah, I mean, when you take it that long, but you have to like smash the first attack of your opponents at your expansion, and for that he didn't even bring the Shredder. Foggy, man, the game plan started off well. I guess not perfectly. The expo did get cancelled in the first place.
WFZ's opening was totally unexpected, I guess.
Opening was beautiful.
Yeah.
That is the strat I'm going to play on ladder from now on. That is absolutely amazing.
A lot of aggression very early on, because that's what... Like, Foggy became a little predictable with 1.30, I think, because he's always going for that tier 1 expansion. In every matchup. Is it really necessary? Because the King of Night Elf versus Undead, Lawliot, is not going for any expansions at all, and he defeats them all.
Yeah, especially on the old patch, what he was able to do with the Demon Hunter 1 base meta, which you didn't think was possible, was so astounding indeed. Looking forward to see his games as well on 1.30. What he's going to be able to do with the Keeper, or maybe even with other heroes. I have seen him not solely going for the Keeper, actually. But it's going to be a story for another time. WFZ here, taking the lead unexpectedly. I really think that was his best map, though, which is so weird.
The Shadow Priest thing on TS is so unique and so good.
Used to be one of the worst on that maps. Actually, WFZ even liked it back then.
He picked it against Orc back then.
Against Orc. But still, it used to be a pretty bad aside from him, perhaps. Nowadays, pretty good, though. Really like the new Terranos stand that Blizzard took a few iterations, but kind of got right towards the end. Please, though, in terms of experience, it's time to look at those again.
Well, it wasn't an issue in this game, I guess. What was Foggy's map?
And we still have Northern Isles.
Last Refuge. Last Refuge was Foggy's pick.
Yeah, could definitely see that.
I didn't expect him really to pick him to get a map against Tomiko, another second in this tournament already. Coming out of nowhere, really.
He got to play the game that everyone loved, you know, super late game, keep on slaying those Dryads. Yep. 5-5-4 hero.
Oh yes, so good. Especially with the Lich, Fiend Focus Fire. As an undead, of course. Not so good.
Foggy wasn't crisp enough to finish this game because that strat has a timer. Keeper Dryads, that's like the premier early mid-game strat. It doesn't go well into the late.
Foggy, by the way, is the reason why we have so many Europeans or Westerners in this tournament. He got second place in the first European qualifier, qualified for that, but he also played the Netties qualifier, and he did goddamn well. Qualified, opened up another slot, gave his European slot to Cash. He won that one. It's not like he handed it out or something, but yeah, Foggy fighting for Europe, and he's pretty proud of that, I think, opening up that slot. Okay, it is time for match number 2. Foggy, it's revenge time, or a 2-0 for WFZ, which would put Lawlight's prediction in the trash can. In the bottom left, Wu Fazhen from China, and in the upper right, the guy who has to win now, Foggy from the Ukraine. Is it a keeper again, or will he surprise WFZ this time?
I'm pretty sure it's gonna stick with keeper. I haven't seen a Demon Hunter first from him against Anand in quite a while. Still always a possibility, but not what I would bet on. Especially on this map, the DK doesn't have this jump start of an opening as he does have on the other map that we just saw. Terranos stand with the early level 2, which, by the way, changes everything in the early game. It's going to be much harder for him here. The Keeper, to be fair, though, doesn't have that quick of a rise to level 3. But you don't have to be level 3 necessarily. You can go level 2, and then with Entangle and Treants and the rest of your army, you can start finding pickoffs just with that. So, what is the hero gonna be? It is the Keeper again. No surprise here.
From some undeads, we have seen Liches first. WFZ, no, 1-0, sorry. Played against Foggy in the W League Super League here on this very map. With a Lich, WFZ is not giving him this gift. But Foggy was the only one, or the first one, to defeat 1-0 in that league. Let's see if he can defeat WFZ now as well.
Acolyte Scout this time around. He did not have that before, if I recall correctly. It's going to see the Keeper early. Shouldn't be too much of a surprise. If the Acolyte survives though, which I guess it should, because nowadays we see mostly Treants first, then perhaps it's going to be able to use that with good timing and in good position to look for the expansion. Pretty sure Foggy's going to try for that here once again.
Starting off normally, don't deny any creeps. He will get level 2 pretty soon. WFZ harassing with the DK.
And no Rod of Necromancy.
True, it's not...
Does he not have a shop? Did he skip a shop?
Edo style?
Shout out to Edo. Whoa! Dude! That's a 1 Ziggurat no shop tech.
This is the fastest undeck tech that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have the timer at the moment because the player cameras are above that, but...
Yeah, this is absolutely the fastest you can ever have.
I've never seen this in a pro game.
No, me neither. What? this
Player's
Gargs?
forces are under attack.
And the Chinese don't play Gargs.
Yeah, but one ziggurat attack is usually almost always Gargs.
But it's one of the golden rules of Warcraft, Remo. Chinese play Fiends. They never played Gargs in the history of this game, I think.
Last game you only had very few fiends as well, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
Alright.
Arachnophobia is out of nowhere.
So Foggy, as you realize how fast this is. It's still daytime, so he's got a lot of vision range. And yeah, he's seeing, one ziggurat attack. Well, that's weird. Also, of course, no shop, which is even weirder. A lot of necromancy. One of the best things that Undead has.
Basically, the early game revolves around this item, and
Yeah.
WFZ skips it. A totally different idea. The coil is always there to save that ghoul, so no kill by Foggy thus far.
Yeah. But he's fine with that as long as his expo is coming up in the north. I'm 99% sure that's an expansion. And he's actually going to get the ghoul. Hey, isn't that nice? The deny
took
a
some
little
time.
bit too late.
So now he has the shop. Expo is coming up as well. No Huntress transition or anything. We have seen some Night Elves going
Player's forces
Huntress
are under
Hippos
attack.
in this matchup pretty successfully. Sini was one of them, the practice partner of Foggy for many years.
One skeleton here would be not quite a little. Actually, he needs both. But firstly, he's running home into his base, but he really doesn't want to get his expansion cancelled, which, by the way, now the Acolyte is scouting. That's what it was for. I'm not sure if the damage is enough, though. There's wisps nearby for detonates, so it really shouldn't be enough.
It's 3 archers as well.
Not even using the wisp.
4 archers now, yeah. There's an entangle too.
A
Oh, the
player's
ghouls are
forces
coming out.
under attack.
The wisp didn't see it. Oh, if these ghouls... No, they're going for creeping. They're not going for the cancel.
Alright. The dust has settled from this super unusual early game. But yeah, he needs level 2 now. There's an undead is no real undead without the unholy aura. You need the speed, you need the regen. Keeper of the Grove level 2, of course he wants level 3 as well. It's not that far away if he goes for the natural, and there's a little Murloc that you see in it.
Yeah. Gonna be quick and easy level 3, and then it's gonna line up pretty nicely
Player's
with the tier
forces
2
are under
timing.
attack.
Alchemist. Look for some kills if you can't find them. Go for both merchants. Also very nice. One of the big strengths here for Night Elf on this map. Was even the case back in the Demon Hunter Naga days. Those are over, but the Alchemist seems to be better than the Naga used to be.
Yeah. Pity again. He's really taking it serious, man. Against a lot of archers. Oh, double engine of wind this time. No dryads no more.
Player's forces are under attack.
Okay. Talents, right?
Hippo.
Oh, Hippo Riders? Ooh, I hate Hippo Riders. They're like the worst fighters in the game. But if you have 80 supply...
I mean, there is gonna be air by WFZ at some point.
I think
The question is, what does he have on the ground? Oh, yeah, so many archers and Hippo Riders.
A player's
There's no
forces are
fiends.
under attack.
if he wants to go talents, he's gonna have to tech soon. So yeah, it's looking like Hippo Riders. Mass
think-
ferries, right? Isn't that the new thing?
Usually with hunts, though.
Not necessarily. Could be anything, honestly. Anything in there could be made. Get your bets in now. It's Hippo Riders, though.
Well, he can still transition. He can buy time for this expo via Hippo Harass to snipe some ghouls. But only one,
Only
I
one,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
A
For
player's
scouting and
forces
to
are
snipe
under
Zeppelins
attack.
and stuff like that. So there's gonna be a harass by Foggy against the ghouls, against the acolytes. That will force WFZ back. That buys him more time for the expansion, and then maybe you're right. Maybe he's switching to Fury Jacket at some point.
That's pretty cool. You can switch that up. Of course, you don't want to go into talents if they don't have any training. But it could be either. The reason why I thought it was really gonna be fairies is because Moon likes playing fairies, and Foggy loves Moon. All you Night Elf viewers and listeners out there, I know you like Moon, but you don't love Moon the way Foggy loves Moon. Believe me, it's his favoritist of all players of all time.
Yeah, no one does. I guess.
So aggressive creeping here by Foggy. He's not trying to find the kills too much with his heroes and his archers, but he's taking a lot of camps away from WFZ. And hippos certainly don't get countered by heroes so hard as dryads do.
The unit that made Foggy famous in the legendary
Oh, yeah.
WCA 2015
force
qualifier, where he really broke through. That was his breakout performance, man, for sure. Now it's getting back a little. Creeping with ghouls should work fine, but this progress on these undead heroes is not going to be anywhere as fast as it was before. He has to share experience by 3 now as the Lich arrives. Of course, everything speeds up because of the overcorruption, reduces the armor, but... Oh, True Shot aura, which of course is nice if you go for Fiends, but at the moment it looks like more and more Destroyers.
And of course, WFZ is going to have to rely on his heroes once again to carry this game for him. And now, look at the map. Look at the mini-map. Where does he go safely? What creep camp does he take? What can he creep with ghouls? The red camp, that doesn't feel good. The orange camp, so late into the game, that doesn't even give you that much, but that's the one he's going to go for right now. Was just scouted by the Wisp, by the way, so Foggy could decide to be aggressive against this.
Well, the turtle is doable, right, with ghouls?
Yeah, with good micro.
player's forces
With
are
triple
under
heroes,
attack.
certainly.
Yeah.
But when you go for the turtles, you're way out in the corner of the map, so you're wasting a lot of time walking as well. Counter Expo again.
This time a lot later, though. Foggy is already breaking upkeep, but the thing is, Hippo Riders really don't do much damage. As you can see, it takes forever.
Yeah. They are 4 supply, and 4 being 4 supply, their damage is very, very low.
Book of the Dead is there. Destroyer already. Nope. Level up here. Is it really the ring? No, it's
He made a second,
Unholy Aura.
made a second gargoyle.
Yeah, I saw that. Unholy Aura, of course, not great because he has the aura already. I love this ward, by the way. I wanted to talk about it before, but he sees everything that's going on in the base.
That's going to be easy cancel. Hippo's not the best damage, but very mobile.
Yes.
So that's very good for them. And
The first Garg, Howl of Terror used though, so even less damage now. But the second Garg is down, and what to do now? There's basically no anti-air anymore. The Alchemist can attack air. But the Hippogriffs seemingly reign supreme. If they can't take out the ghouls, it would be great. Nova into them, so they're all a little slowed down. Alchemist in trouble. Hippo is attacking. Oh, nice. That is a normal Hippo, so he takes out the Destro. Super easy, and now there's no Dispel anymore. Hello, Book of the Dead.
And WFZ is down to 34 supply against 63. Foggy's just totally destroying this battle. This weird Gargoyle Ghoul army, don't know if that looked the most convincing. The Lich in a bit of trouble, but should be fine as well. He transferred the Orb of Corruption, so at least the Pitlock can attack air, but this is just too many Hippo Riders.
Yeah, I think so too. He's rising and levels. Oh, Lich getting entangled. Archers die to cleave. Invo Potion saved the Lich, but it's only triple hero and the statue. It's, if the statue goes down, that should be it because there's no region anymore. And heal ward being used as well. So it is only the heroes.
DK should also be kind of low mana now. Can he save the Lich here one more time? Mass Focus Fire, he doesn't have coil anymore. Oh, I guess he did. Not in time though. Lich is dead, that's GG, and the 1-1.
Yes, Foggy's back in this series. Yeah. That needed a breather there. Once again, he's taking it full distance as he did against TH. But this time he's fighting back from being down to 1-0. But what was this by WFZ?
That looked very strange. I guess, you know, the idea is I take super fast and I get super fast tier 3. That makes sense for undead, kind of, because, well, before you tier 3 you really can't do anything. But tried to creep his way already decently until tier 3. But because he didn't want to lose anything to Keeper, he didn't creep with the ghouls, but only with the heroes. That was so slow. Oh boy,
I really love the
was
move.
that slow.
I really loved the move by Foggy in the last stage of the game, or the last fight, where he had this one Hippo who had no archer on the back, and that thing ate the Destroyer alive, because there was no stopping that thing. Like, the Destro was gone, Book of the Dead, perfectly seeing that situation, and yeah, making sure that this works for him.
Yeah, like
It's really cool.
a 2 gargoyle ghoul army. It's just that's not gonna work, buddy.
Not super effective, no.
It's not gonna fly.
And for the very first time in this broadcast, we have more than 3,000 people. Foggy attracting the masses.
Yeah. Our big foreign hope. He is the one who's always delivering out of Europe. Sonic and Hawk and Cash, they sometimes travel with him, but an Orkwalker in the past. But he is the only one who ever really gets far. We have put our faith and our hopes, our European hopes on him for years and years now. Quite a bit of pressure, to be honest as well, but he always delivered. As you said earlier, he always gets out of the group stages. And if he wins here, looking pretty good for him to once again advance from Group A.
Got some results from the other games. It's 1-0 for TH against Lin, and it's 1-1 between Neutron and Chimiko. So it seems like we have a little break here as the Orgas are talking to Foggy. WFZ is seriously the king of throwing away an advantage in a series. How often did we see him win the first map and then lose 2 in a row?
Yeah, I know.
That happened more often than I can count.
Yeah, I started noticing it when you started saying it, and you've been and you've been saying it a lot since then.
Well, it happens all the time. It's not like
I know. I started noticing.
yeah, I do have to say things a lot that you start to notice. That is correct.
It's not just you. It's just everybody. Don't worry.
You know me. I worry all the time about everything.
Not about Foggy though. He was looking really good in that last game. The first one, a little shaky, but again, it's a lot about openings nowadays, guys. We are in 2018. It's all about efficiency, getting levels, getting items, moving across the map, making good use of your time. On Terranos Stand, that worked very well. On the second map, what a weird opening that was indeed.
We have a new meme, by the way. Spam this Froggy to help Foggy. I like that. So, what map was left? Northern?
I think so. That's a really good Night of opening map. It's the Night of Dream, Ancient of War Creep to give you level 2 immediately. It's the most you can hope for. Whereas WFZ is going to have it a little bit tougher. Also pretty big, pretty good for an expansion for the Night Elf. It's going to pop that down safely in the back. And I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to see, because this is Foggy, Mr. Early Expo.
Yes. Question is, how does he get there and where do we go from here? Will Foggy go to a 2-0 in the group of death here at WGL Winter 2018, or will WFZ get his first win and equalize the stats with 1-1? That's the question on this map. It is Northern Isles in the bottom left. Representing China, it's the undead WFZ, who's once again starting with a cool opening, as it seems. And on the other side, for the Ukraine, for Europe, it's Foggy. With most likely a Keeper of the Grove. It's just too convenient to creep here. This little orange spot where the Engine of War is positioned. Then it's level 2. And then where do we go from here? Will we see Huntress for the first time? That's certainly an option.
In our first game of today, we saw this creep camp also being attempted by Neutron, and for some reason it actually died to the creeps, which is really not allowed, but I guess sometimes that happens. But more importantly, the Blade Master had a really good opening against this. Be aggressive against it with a Scroll of Speed and Windwalk right away. When you do that, you're gonna be there in time to perhaps steal some creeps. Of course, Undead can't do that without a Windwalk or Scroll of Speed. You could go for the Aura, but that's not fast enough. So you can't prevent this, at least not with just your hero or whatever. Maybe if you pull an early Ghoul and pull out the creeps, or an Acolyte or something, maybe then you can do that, but it's not the case. Nothing is being sent out to scout, neither from Foggy nor from WFZ. And there is the Keeper, of course.
All games in this group, by the way, go full distance as Lin equalizes against TH. So, Group A, man, as close as it gets. So, once again, no Tome of Relics. This is
what the hell is going on?
Is
this like the new flavor of the month?
Well, it's WFZ's flavor for sure. I don't know if many people will follow that up.
So, not getting the tomb, you basically save 280 gold, because you need the building, and a lot of necromancy, and 30 lumber. So that should speed up your creeping, speed up your tech, of course, I mean, by quite a bit, but also your potential early on with the DK, what you can do. One Ziggurat, it's the same opening again.
Maybe we'll see this time why he chooses to go for this and why he thinks that this is so effective, because we really don't see a reason except the fast attack.
Oh, wait a minute. Is the DK gonna arrive here in time to steal the last hit? That would be the savior of this early game. Foggy's delaying it a little bit, but not by too much. And he gets it, and the greater mana.
Okay, big mana potion. That's a lot of entangle. 4, actually. And this will help him to survive until bigger units are there. And the Alchemist, of course.
Is it Expo time? I see something moving out in the top. It certainly is Expo time. His favorite building, I'm pretty sure. The Tree of Life. More and more treants being summoned. He can be much more liberal with this now, having that greater mana. Here is the Tree of Life. No surprise to us. I'm sure no surprise to WFZ either. He's running around with a DK only. And
everyone should know now. I mean, Foggy's playing so much in China these days that the entire world knows how aggressively he's expanding all the time.
Yeah. Comparable to Moon. So, here we go, Entangle number 1. Is he gonna really spam out those tangles now?
I think he just wanted a little damage, maybe get some few right clicks here and there because he had the mana anyway.
I would really like to see some aggressive creeping out of Foggy, like take away WFZ's camps, you know? If he comes to creepjack you, he doesn't even have the aura, like how much can he really do? But I guess he's staying on his side of the map, wants to be ready to creep that expo of his as soon as he can, with the help of the Tree of Life. But yeah, WZ has an ultra fast tech, that's nice, but he is gonna be unable to go for any aggressive maneuvers for such a long time.
He has a lot of ghouls, that's cute, but is it Pit Lord time again, or will he follow this up with Lich this time? Oh, almost a surround. He has a big mana potion. Doesn't he want to reach for an Entangle? Maybe it was on cooldown. Hard to imagine, but yeah, Entangle can be on cooldown.
He popped that greater mana and didn't get the TP for it. Yeah, kind of was supposed to. But he can pop more treants. With that, he should be able to 4 archers, 4 treants. Should be good enough for the gold mine, I think.
Player's forces are under attack.
And he's getting closer to level 3 at the same time. Ghoul simultaneous creeping is working out pretty nicely. That's going to be the level 2 for the DK here in just a second. Grabbing up the Rod of Necromancy now as well. He's not going to skip that shop for the entirety of the game. He did get it after all. So actually, WZ, it's a really fast thing. Oh my god, already going to tier 3.
Rushing tier 3. I mean, he builds nothing else but ghouls. There's not a single fiend. There's not a Garg this time. He is just straight out rushing tier 3.
Yeah.
Not even a second hero, right?
And he didn't have a Lich in production, so this may very well be the pity Lordy once again. And DK very limited in terms of inventory. Only the replenishment right now. Slaughterhouse coming pretty late, right?
For the tech, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be at most 1 statue finished by the time it's done.
Good for Foggy, who has Entangle level 2, by the way, for extra creeping, as he knows, okay, what can you do? You have a few ghouls, but that's fine. If I get mass summons, I can creep super fast, I can defend your ghouls, and I can creep my ass off to get level 5 instantly. His tier 2 should be finished in a bit as well. Expo is done. Then we get the Alchemist, most likely. WFC is a 29 supply.
Yeah, Foggy only 31 for him as well,
but he has the expansion, and WFC has not.
Yeah, it's gonna change soon. So it's really second hero time. Why are these guys so late? Of course, you save a lot of resources if you don't go for them, but it's pretty good adding a second one. There we go now. Or no?
Ooh, Lors again.
And tier 3 rush.
Huh. That is absolutely different from the first game, where he relied on Dryads for 7 minutes or so into tier 2.
A player's forces are under attack.
He's kind of playing into a timing. If WFZ was to go for a Frenzy Ghoul timing, this is not exactly the perfect strategy against it that Foggy is going for here. The tier 3 is going to take a long time to pay off. The big troll is getting healed, almost can't kill him. There we go. One
level 4, level 2 Entangle. One of the wind can be so good as long as there's no destroyers, of course, to dispel it. But he has to dispel so much. He has to dispel Entangle, he has to dispel the Treants, whatever he's going for, maybe even Reju and Roar. And then he has the One of the Wind against him as well. This can certainly hurt the undead. Even though, like, you can staff him for 1 second. If that's the second where you can't coil and you lose your Lich, absolutely worth it.
Exactly. That item doesn't have a cooldown either, so you can spam that like crazy. And normally there's 2 destroyers at most
forces are
up
under
in the air,
attack.
and they have to destroy a lot, as you said. So you should find some good usage for this. Most logical use is Entangle the Fiend, Acid Bomb, and then Cyclone the DK up in the air. Easy kills. So, creeping continues here. Once again, a pretty passive game. WFZ doesn't seem to be in fighting shape just yet. He is tier 3, he does have Frenzy, but he's only at 38 supplies. Still, this game not going for the Pit Lord.
Yeah, first time in the pit lord by WFZ. It is Dryads, of course.
This creep camp, by the way, it drops a massive item. It's too strong. Pretty damn sure for the difficulty of this creep camp.
Unfortunately, we have the Chinese client, so we don't really know what item it is. But we will see that in a bit. Should be fine, guys.
Pit Lord again.
Pit lord third this time.
Yeah. And Foggy is not
town is
producing.
under siege.
Why is he not producing?
Because it's once again the Chimera ruse.
oh, he's playing this so greedy. He doesn't even have an Ancient of War here.
Uh-oh.
He could have had like 65 supply by now.
Alright, Keeper has a heal scroll. Can he defend this? He's certainly trying to. Acid Bomb, Entangle, and Treants.
He's still not producing. 1,000 gold. Foggy.
Oh man. Expansion is halfway down. Nova hits the archers. Big damage output gone. Oh no, there was a heal scroll. That was the only one. Treants are coming in. There's no destroyer to dispel against him. When of the wind being
nice.
used. And that's no coil. Level 3 for the Alchemist. And level 2 Acid Bomb is insane against these ghouls. As you can see, they are melting.
1,400 gold. Foggy, are you serious right now?
He's waiting for the Chimera Ruse repair a little too late. He had a lot of time to repair during that fight. He's re-engaging, but WFZ is just right-clicking this thing. Nova hits him. 5 Wisps are no more. It's only 2. Heal spray against them, and he keeps the Expo up and the Wisps alive. The question is for how long. The melee army is gone. No ghouls anymore. Foggy's still not producing. 1,500 gold. I cannot believe this. Alchemist is low, aiming for that Fiend in the back. Should be fine though. Next Nova connects, but not fully hitting the Alchemist, so he stays alive.
Yeah, Foggy has like nothing left. If only he had producing in the meantime.
Now he starts production. There's no solution against this Destroyer at the moment. I mean, right-clicks Alchemist and Keeper, but that's about it.
Chims are coming.
Yeah, Chimps are...
Whoa!
What the hell?
He uprooted the main.
No way!
What is going on in this game?
What a mistake. And he's losing the expansion now because he can't re-engage into this fight. Or can he? No, there's no repair. Oh, there was repair, not using the Wisp. Seems like Foggy is completely overwhelmed right now.
Such unusual, glaring errors from Foggy. What is going on? He's gonna find some more kills here. It seems, oh, the coil too late. Now he may get the second Fiend as well. That Orb of Venom really coming in nicely with the other dot damage, but not quite good enough for the second Fiend kill.
Yeah, can't get the rest done. But he's buying time for the Chimeras to come.
This should have been such an easy game for Foggy. What is he doing? I'm sorry, but
he's
this
playing
is
with our nerves, man. Just wants to make it a little more exciting for the viewers.
But now he's got the same problem again. He's gonna be going up against super strong undead heroes with his crappy late game Keeper of the Grove.
But the Alchemist is a beast, and he's gonna have Chimeras for the damage output. There's only one Fiend. He's entangling that now. Has to use a coil. Saves it for now. Acid Bomb maybe a little too late. Could have saved this.
But Chims only work well in big armies. If it's only like 2 Chims and 3 Dryads, you just kill off the Chims with the webs, and then there's nothing left. Foggy's in deep trouble. Foggy's definitely behind in this game.
WFZ could expand. He's not going for it here. Foggy wants to fight. Can do that, right? I mean, the creeps are fighting with them, but that thing is going to be taken out easily. He's aiming for the Lich. But, of course, there's coil. Forces the TP, buying more time for Chimeras to come. And gets the Dragon. So that engagement was nice. Warsong Battle Drums, by the way. And Unholy Aura. Oh, baby! We have the 2 best, or 2 of the 3 or 4 best auras in the game right here. More movement speed, more HP regen, and 10% more damage on everything. And guess what? That scales very well with the Chimera damage.
But it was still a good TP. If he has the time here, he's going to get 3 sizable creep camps. At least the majority of it. WFZ's position is really good in this game.
He's level 4.
He just needs to get a bunch of Fiends. Don't let him expand and sit back. He's got the hero levels now.
Yeah, he's one level away from level 5. So it's not as bad as it was on Terranos. It could become pretty bad here because Creepjack from WFZ is coming. Foggy retreating though, giving up that spot.
Foggy taking out in his first game the world champion. And then seems to be throwing this game, which is not a good sign for him.
Keeper close to 5, but not really effective if there's a second destroyer. At the moment, only one destroyer though. Can he dispel everything? The Chimeras are not with the army, if I see this correctly.
Yeah, he's trying to hide him. I don't know. Hasn't WFZ seen him already?
Well, he has 3 Fiends. Would he usually go for 3 Fiends? I don't know.
No, Fiends are always good.
I know, but we've seen only very, very few from WFZ in this series.
He's still patiently sitting in no upkeep. WFZ is aware of the fact of how strong his heroes are.
We do have Abomination with Disease Cloud, though. They were kind of the winner of the first game in this series, but there were a lot more Dryads. In this game, we have way less targets for these Abominations to shine. Ooh, another nasty Creepjack. The Chimeras are coming only now. It's 4 of them.
Alright. Should probably go for the statues right away, or the A-bomb, I guess, whatever's in front. Right, here we go. Oh, web on the Cyclone, I mean, on the Fiend, so they can't web. That was pretty cool. And TP has to be forced out of the Undead. Can he get one more A-bomb? He can. Very good Creepjack right there.
That was insane damage on that Abomination. 7 supply gone. WFZ at 1,000 gold, but not over 50 supply. Foggy expanding again. Is WFZ in a position to punish this now without a statue and without an Abomination?
Wow. Dude, I was almost counting Foggy out, man. I was so afraid. But that was such a good Creepjack. And of course, now WFZ can't move out. He has to get the bigger Fiend numbers. Because now, suddenly, it is 4 chimps. That's scary damage, even against Fiends, kind of.
Yeah. Especially with Acid Bomb. This off the charts crazy.
Wait a minute, is he going for a temple?
Anti-magic shell against the...
There's a building coming up there.
Yeah.
That's gonna take forever.
Yeah, you need a depth upgrade. Otherwise, it would be a nice idea. But on the other side, Foggy is going for bears already. So he has the solution for that as well.
Bears, of course, there to deal with the Fiends, which are the counter to the Hippo, to the Chims. And
he should be able to take out any caster with Chimeras in like no time.
yeah, and the problem is the time, dude. There's an expansion coming up again. Ooh, Foggy's fighting his way back into this, boys.
15 minutes into this game. The series will be decided on Northern Isles. It's a best of 3 here. Foggy could go 2-0. The only other player that could do it is Lin and Chimiko.
I think WFZ, if he had just gone into upkeep early, creep up the rest of the map, and be ready to fight at any time, I think this could have been his game. But the way it is right now, I really want to know if this is a Temple of the Damned. There was a building coming up in the Undead main. We haven't caught a glimpse of what exactly it is yet, but what else would it be? A sacrificial pit, perhaps? Could also be that. That's certainly possible. Foggy, by the way, with all the lumber in the world, should bring the Shredder to the fight.
Lin, by the way, defeated TH 2-1, got back into that series, is now 2-0 in that group, and the world champion is 0-2. Struggling hard. Has to hope for Foggy or Lin slipping, and that could certainly happen here. WFZ now at 60 supply as well. He's for the first time not counter-expanding in this series, as he has no time for that at the moment. Time is an issue. Now he's pushing. Okay, the Chimeras are not being webbed right here. I think he disabled it. The splash is hitting all the Fiends at the same time. Now he's taking out the statues one at the time. Whereas the second, though, he's struggling a little with the right clicks. Now the web comes in. The volleys are not one-shotting everything anymore.
A good start of the fight here for Foggy, and the web's way too late. You're supposed to web them and then run back. Where is the micro that usually WFZ has? These statues just die way too fast. He has to morph all of them into destroy, but that of course means no more healing, no more mana regen. He's going for the Howl of Terror once again, but kind of countered, of course, by the roar,
DK.
which is still applied. Death Knight needs to be careful, has the TP, but when he leaves this expansion, the game's pretty much over.
Oh, the Lich was in trouble as well. Forces the TP once more. Lich levels up by killing another Chimera, but that is the army of WFZ.
Wow.
It's 41 supply, and the Expo is up and running. Foggy now with double income and a free expansion if the main gold mine expires in like 6 minutes or so. WFZ needs a plan C right now.
Dude, is it just me or is this game stressful, man? It's like back and forth. I was so stressed out that Foggy threw this game away, but now he's certainly in the driver's seat once again.
It was just a sacrificial pit, by the way,
Yeah.
and not a temple. That would have been kind of crazy. Pendant of Energy on the DK. That's the only item. He doesn't really have gold to get another town portal, but he also doesn't have the time. Foggy is running away with his gold advantage. 60 food against 50. And WFZ can't afford to break upkeep or for one big all-in push, but really don't want that.
Yeah, this is a desperate position now that WFZ's in. Like, what do you even do here? Do you go old school undead? Just mine out your main, sell all the buildings,
A player's
go
forces
to
are
80
under
supply
attack.
one last time?
Can you afford that, man? It's getting 3-0 with
Roar.
with Roar and with the command aura.
And with Acid Bomb.
And with Acid Bomb. This is insane damage.
That's gonna hurt.
Maybe you should add a glaive thrower as well.
Yeah, Foggy. In prime position now to win this game. WFZ is not gonna mine out the main, he's gonna attack their space quickly.
It's an all-in right now, right?
Yeah, he's got 2 fiends. I don't know how that's supposed to work. We'll
Low
have to-
level 5 DK as well.
Will have to be the best micro in the world, and then some. Here we go, even Wisp coming out for the detonate. Foggy realizing this is an all-in attempt, and he just has to hold this, and then this game must be his for the taking.
Oh, the pit lord is melting, now getting entangled, right clicks everywhere. There's not even Acid Bomb, but there's no solution to this as well. The pity is falling. Third hero down, leaves him with the DK and the Lich. The Destroyers, what can they do? They're out of mana. The Bears, okay, they can kill them, but there's still these Chimeras in the air, and they are shredding through the undead army. GG! Hands in the air, Foggy 2-0 in the group of death.
Woo! That was a nail-biter, though. That was way closer than it was supposed to be. Foggy messing up with the defense of the Expo, and then WFZ messing up, not being ready for a fight later on. And our boy, now with a 2-0, looking good in Group A.
The boxing champ is back, and he is toe-to-toe with Lin. Both are 2-0 in the group stage. And other good news for our European players, Neutron defeats Chimiko 2-1.
Nice. The keepers successful here in these 2 games that we just mentioned. And I thought we were going to have a winners interview. I hope we still get the chance to hear from the man. Well, it's going to be in Russian, I guess, so we can't understand it too well, but some of you will be able to.
And maybe we have the chance in the break to catch him here in the hallway, and then we're going to be on Instagram Live, so keep an eye on Instagram.com/BackToWarcraft, as we have no control over the production here and can't just do whatever we want, compared to last GCS's, WGLs, whatever. Yeah, he made us sweat, but seriously, I wasn't as stressed out as you were in Game 3.
I think if WFZ just scouts well, be it Shade or Skeletons or Destroyer, and goes into upkeep early and has 3 more Fiends, I think he wins that game 90% of the time.
Yeah, the push against the expansion was really good, and Foggy was struggling hard there, obviously. But there was still Chimeras, and yeah, the lack of Fiends, and the lack of Web in that second fight.
I think the key thing for Foggy was trying to distract with the Rise and stuff as much as he could, and more importantly, hiding the chimps. I think he never scouted that, right?
Yeah, most likely not.
I think he just wasn't ready for that. I think if he knows about it, he's like, okay, I just have to have the Fiends ready, have to be ready for battle, and not get caught out like this, because
it worked really well in map number 1 for WFZ, when he saw the Chimera Roosts really early, and he was right next to the Chimera Roosts when the chimps popped out. He even killed one, and then there was no critical mass of Chimeras, and he just sniped them one by one.
那欢迎回到我们的平台，又来到了我们赛后的一个采访环节了。首先，同样我们把掌声送给 Foggy。
We can't understand.
哇，可以看出来真的是非常的开心。那此时此刻，我想问一下他，现在心情怎么样呢？
У тебя настроение сейчас Foggy?
Чувствую себя очень хорошо. После 2 матчей я победил, поэтому я очень счастлив.
因为战胜了，心情非常好。
是的，可以看出他真的是非常的开心。那接下去我们想问一下他关于游戏里边的一些东西。我们看得出来，他3盘都使用了不一样的一些战术和出的不一样的兵种，有2盘是出了奇美拉。想问一下他是不是赛前就做了这样的针对和练习呢？
В 2 играх ты показал разные стратегии. В последних 2 были химеры. Это, скажи, пожалуйста, это ты заранее придумал такую стратегию с химерами?
Это стратегия нейтрона.
这是我教练 Nate Paul 的刀法。
哇，还有教练是专门的针对练习，对不对？那其实我知道现场有很多支持你的一些粉丝，他们来到现场为你加油，你看特别的喜欢你，有什么想对他们说的吗？
Здесь в зале очень много твоих фанатов, специально пришли на тебя посмотреть, тебя поддержать. Что бы ты им передал?
Рад вас всех видеть. Я очень люблю Китай, и это сердце Варкрафта.
谢谢你们来到这里，我非常高兴。你们来这里支持我。还有说我很喜欢中国，谢谢你们。
哇！再次感谢一下 Foggy， 也恭喜一下 Foggy， 我们预祝您可以小组出线，谢谢您。
Спасибо, желаем тебе выйти из группы, удачно сыграть.
好，同样接下去的话，我们要请出的是最帅的复盘大师荀老师，有请。
好的，欢迎来到我们的一个赛后复盘环节。我们看到刚才也是看到一场非常精彩的这个精灵对上 UD 的比赛。 我们也是看到了，3位选手可以说在3盘之中啊，打的还是非常有想法。尤其我们可以先看一下第1盘的一个对抗啊，第1盘对抗也是非常有意思啊。首先我们看到，首先我们要说的第一点啊 ，UD 在对抗各个种族，或者是不仅仅是对抗精灵呢，其实之前我们看到也是打兽人的这个 Lucifer 打 Fly 的时候啊，也是展示的其实都很关键的一点就在于一个规划，不管是练级规划还是整体局势的一个规划。我们看一下这一局，无法阵在打到这个 Foggy 的时候是怎么 进行规划的。其实我们有注意一点啊，在整个中前期这边的无法阵是没有任何侦查的。我们有注意看这个小地图啊，小地图这边是没有，应该说是没有任何侦查啊，应该是没有任何侦查，可以说是地图一片全黑的一个情况下，除了自己的这个区域之内是没有任何侦查。这样的一个打法的一个关键在哪里呢？就在于自己的这个前期由于没有侦查，所以他这边资源啊，尤其木头资源会比较足，自己的升本速度会比较快一点。然后呢，就是 关键一点就在于什么呢？对于对方局势的一个掌控，对于对方这个种族以及选手的一个了解，所以我们可以看一下这边4哥在前期怎么做的。首先，他是自己2只狗出来以后啊，直接配合 DK 练掉自己的这个工兵营地，可以到达一个2级，同时买到这个关键性的黄皮。因为在几乎可以确定一点啊，就是对方是肯定 KOG 的情况下，这是我们看到4哥的一个视角啊，可以说是完全没有看对方的一个情况下，这也是对版本的一个理解，对这个局势的一个理解。然后呢，做完 第1步工作以后啊，直接是绕到对方那个分矿点位，还是一个无视野的情况之下，这确实是4哥在赛前的一个准备工作做得非常的一个充分的一个表现，也是第一时间啊靠自己的一个小狗跟骷髅以及这个黄皮打退对方的这个第1次的开矿，可以说是非常关键，为自己后面的这个优势啊奠定了一个基础。而且确实局面上我们可以看到，在这个时候啊，这个 KOG 的一个魔法其实是非常的不足的啊。KOG 的这边魔法，我们看到这边的一个 这个蓝条啊，应该是很明显不足的，这也是一个计算嘛，就是我算好你 KOG 的一个练级规划、练级路线以后，那我这波过来，你这边应该是没有状态的。这是第一点，就是我这边的一个单位会比较安全，同时我有黄皮，还有补一手这个驱散的可能啊。我们看到在这边整个局势啊，可以说对4哥非常的优势啊，非常优势。但是呢，这场的一个关键点，第一个关键点来到啊，就第1步啊，我们看到4哥很成功，但是第二个点啊，他这边是出了一个非常有意思的英雄啊，这边是一个 Peter 的这个英雄。Peter 的这个英雄呢，其实这个版本是有加强，它这个建设的效果更加明显，尤其在等级高以后啊，如果是打2v2配合一个火球这样的一个东西的时候，你会感受到这个英雄最夸张的一个战斗力啊。但是前提是什么呢？前提是这个英雄必须要对地，不能对空。一旦是对空的话，这个建设是没有效果的，所以只能对地啊，这是这个英雄这个技能的一个短板。好，我们看到这一波啊，这边的话也是拉上了，这边 Foggy 也是打得很不错，拉上自己所有的部队啊，这边整个部队还是比较强势，3级 QG 再加这个黄绿皮来抓到对方的这一组链断啊，而且是成功 把对方的这个 TP 打了出来，可以说这一波是将之前的颓势啊给挽回了，打了回来。其实这一波的颓势打回来的关键还在于4个啊，二发这个大屁股以后所形成的一个局面。这边的话是打出 TP 以后，同时自己的分矿也是开出来，所以说这一波啊可以说是将局势又控制回来了，两边打的也是非常有意思啊。这边又控制回来以后啊，但是下一步啊，我们看到这边啊，我们看到这边的话是开了分矿以后啊，是选择啊飞艇的一个空投。正常来说，飞艇空投啊是非常行之有效的一个方式。为什么这么说呢？因为在这个点上，我们可以看到这边的4个这边的部队啊，其实离家还是比较远的。一旦面对空投以后，他怎么办呢？他要不就 TP 回手啊，TP 回手。但是 TP 回手嘛，你又没有这个网，因为你第一时间肯定不可能提前升网，没这个资源，没这个产能，所以说 TP 的这个作用啊，可以说不是很明显。而且你真的 TP 以后，那我的战略目的已经达到了，我就是想让你啊回家去守，或者是让你的一个活动范围啊缩到自己的一个范围之内。本来是一个非常好的一个行为啊，但是Foggy这一波啊，我个人认为他这是后面的处理非常的不到位啊，非常不到位。当然这局我们也是看到他这边是一个2本暴露的打法，这边又要注意一点啊，刚才我们也是看到基地是2本，肯定是个暴露打法。这样的情况之下，其实这是一个非常非常个人感觉不合适的一个行为啊，因为打到对方2发一个深渊魔王这个英雄啊，本来就是一个打地面的英雄，你还出地面，还出小路，被这个应该说被这个英雄比较克制的一个单位啊，个人认为还是比较的欠考虑啊。比如说这场我个人认为，如果像他第2场那样出这个绞鹰旗或者是精灵龙，都是非常不错的选择，可能是更好的选择吧。好，这一波的飞艇空投啊，我们看到本来的这个情况啊，可以说非常不错，但是这一波啊，下面的一个决策，我个人认为是这个Foggy这场非常愚蠢的一个行为。这边是看到单毁灭以后直接选择啊，直接选择。我们看到这边单毁灭以后啊，他是选择他这个飞艇啊，其实我们仔细看一下这个飞艇的这个血量还是很健康的，很健康。而且单毁灭的这个伤害，个人认为也是非常的不足打这个飞艇。但是这一波他有点担心毁灭把这个飞艇给打爆，选择落地以后回城啊，这是一个非常愚蠢的行为。本来是一个很聪明的一个举动啊，但是反而显得很愚蠢。在之后啊，我们看到这边4个啊，这一波打得很聪明啊，怎么一个聪明法呢？这边我们可以看到小地图啊，小地图这边是选择了开矿的同时进行一波压制啊，这也是4个这一场在整个战略在后期这个战略上面非常成功的一个点。因为这一波想一波打死对方啊，其实是很有困难的。这边不仅是对方的一个腹地啊，也是一个兵线补充速度很快的点。我们看到在这一波团战，其实很明显看到一点啊，虽然深渊魔王有3级啊，有这个爪子，有这个2级的分裂，但是很尴尬的一点，你打不到对方的小路，或者是没法打到这种巨堆的小路。这也是 Foggy 这样，就当你面对一个世界最顶尖、操作最顶尖的选手的时候啊，一个尴尬点，别人可以用操作去化解你的这个一些技能或者英雄的一个强势点。其实已经看得很明显了。这边的话，我们可以看到啊，这边深渊魔王很尴尬，并不能找到一个很合适的输出点位啊。这边的话，我们可以看到后面啊，但是这一波的关键点还在于这个分矿啊。这边，但是我们可以看到，但是打到后面以后啊，这一场最关键的是什么呢？就在于这个小路啊。我们可以看到这边成全的小路啊，看起来很有气势，很有战斗力啊。这边我们可以看到人口可以说很高啊，66人口的一个小路部队啊，可以说很高，但是真正的作战效果来说啊，很一般。因为首先是深渊魔王克你，然后是瘟疫胖子克你，然后打到后面啊，他甚至出到了这个绞肉车啊，可以说是一个组合拳去对付你的这个小路。所以说这场小路出的啊，个人认为是非常的不理智啊，非常不理智。还是应该根据这个局势以及兵种啊，去选择一个更加合适的一个方式。而且在这一波啊，在打到对方分矿的这一波，其实也可以看出另外一个点，小路这个单位的攻城能力又很弱，所以TS 上就是一个怎么说呢，是一个反面教学版嘛，就是精灵打这个 UD 用小路打 UD 的一个反面教学版啊，TS 上的一个较量。我们可以看到这个在后面的这个对抗之中啊，这一波其实可以看到更明显。这边的话，我们看到前排的瘟疫胖子，然后这边以及这个Peter Nord作为一个前排，后面这边啊是有这个瘟疫绞肉车作为一个远程的一个输出补充，效果可以说是很明显。打小路的效果，我们可以看到小路这边的掉血速度是非常之快啊，而且关键一点，你小路打我的这个单位掉血速度啊也很慢啊，所以整个来说啊，我们可以看到这波小路的这个掉血速度啊，跟实战效果真的很一般啊。最终的话，我们可以看到 最终的话我们会看到这边的4个也是双矿成型以后选择了一波，而且声乐魔达到最后5将，我们可以看到正面的一个作战效果来说，可以说是一边倒。最终我们看到贴士上面4个还是最终有惊无险战胜了这个 Foggy， 但是 Foggy 在第2盘之中还是很快做了一个战术的调整，选择了前期爆 AC 以后中期开始转这个脚印旗的一个做法。我们可以看到脚印旗的第2盘的一个脚印旗效果就非常明显这也是职业选手的一个战术的一个变动以及反应速度可以看出 Foggy 今天的这个整体状态还是要更加的好一点。最终我们也是要恭喜 Foggy 最终是2比1战胜的无法阵。目前来说 Foggy 的这个出现情况还是比较不错，我们也是稍事休息，等一下下一场。